Hey guys, welcome back to Ninja Learners. Today's topic console IO. In this session, we are going to see how to read the input from command line and how to print it. Let's go. First of all, I like to introduce the functions we are going to use in a Python for reading the input and print in a console. As I hope you are already familiar with print function. In previous tutorials, I just used print function to print the data in a console. Let us see. I am just using a variable called s. I just want to read the input from console. So I am using just the input method and simply print the variable. Save it and type python main.py. Here it is. The terminal waits for the input. So I just type hi. Here you will see the hi is just printed. Simply next step we are going to use prompt keywords like it seems to be more meaningful, like using passing the values in a input function like this. Enter a string. It seems so meaningful while we are coding it. Here it is, you will see it just print the enter string in console. Here after that cursor is also waiting. Just type hi. Yeah, just to simply print the string what we are reading from the console. Okay, next step we are going to print the characters from a string one by one in a console. Let's do it using a for and c in s. Just enter print and see. Here it is. I'm going to use an extra parameter called end to print the characters in a same line without going to next line. In end, we can give any of the characters, any strings as you want, because it will need some specific character to print in a single line. Otherwise, we can just simply give a empty string. It will also print. Let us see that. Hi, here it is just printed the characters without a space, or simply say that without any characters in a single line. Just I'm going to add a space in between that, so it will be print with a space in a single line. Let us see the implementation. Hi, here you will see the h space a space hi. So end is a keyword, just use it to pass the characters we just want to print in a single line in between the string or a character, even though we are passed in a print function. Okay, next we are going to see how to read the inputs depends upon like integer, float and string from a console. First of all, we are going to read the integer input from the console. For right now, I'm just using a number as a variable, and I just used int and passing the input read from the console. enter the number. I'm just going to print the number. Let us see that. Clear the console and just to run it. Enter. I just enter the number 5. Here it is. Let's print the number 5. Here I like to mention that int is in a class. It converts the string input read from the console into the integer value. Okay, let's see another example like decimal point, pointing value using a float. Here I'm going to enter the decimal value, save it, and just simply run the program. Enter 2.4333. Here you will see that just it read it and converted into a float value 2.4333. Okay, next, what do we do want to get as a specific string? There is no worry about that because Python reads everything as a string, as a character string only, so that we don't worry about that. If you want to read it and convert it into another string, no worry about that. Just here I'm just going to replace the str. It will also defaultly it will also a character string. If you want to convert it into again, it will be the same. Let us see here. Done. Just say hello 123. Here it is. You just saw that. It prints number, say hello 123, just like what I said. Okay, let us come to the next point. How do we read the input in a single line? Like a sequence of a number and the sequence of a character. Let us see here. Okay, just flush it, and we're going to the number list and just following the naming conventions used given by the Python, and just using list class and passing a map function. Here I just use int class and going to read the input, just passing enter the list. Okay, and I just split them into by spaces. Okay, just we going to print the list numbers, number list. Okay, let us see the implementation. Just clear the console and here we got that. Just simply enter the numbers with the space 1 2 3 4 5, and I like to finish it, so press enter. So here it is, it read the single line like as a string. What I said before, the input readed as a character string and it's converted into integer by each and every character in this operation. Okay, what I'm done is just read the string from 1 to 5 and split using a space character. Split is nothing but a string operation. used to separate the characters or separate the strings from a given input string, so that I just simply spread the numbers using its space and just simply converted into a integer. Map is a function that returns the map into the specific data type we want to convert into it. So the specific data type is what I'm given here is integer. So that map gives the total list of converted object, and the list it is going to convert it into the list of the numbers given into that. Otherwise, simply said that maps just giving like a iteratable list. So we can see here, just I'm going to use Python here. So I'm just give map of int comma string 1 3, for example. I just use split. Here it is. You just see the map returns an object of iteratable. So the iteratable object can be converted into a list or a set, any of the data type data structures in a Python we can do it. For this case, it is a sequential of data, so that we can use a list or set to convert it into that. Here you can see this. I'm just using a list to convert the iterated map object into the list. Here it is converted into a list. So 1 comma 3 is just printed. Let us see some other. Here it converted into a set also. Let's come back to that our tutorial again. So I hope you are know how it works. Okay. In some other way, we can also read the single line integers. It is just like more than when we compare to another programming languages, like just simply read the string from it and iterate in a loop and just convert it into a which data type we want. We can do this also in that method also, but in Python it is a Pythonic way. We can simply do it in a single line. No worries, we can also see that here. I'm just going to simply flush that. I'm going to create a variable called numbers. Just going to read the input here, enter the numbers. Okay, so next line we are going to have a list. For example, ls is equal to here. So next line for n number and numbers dot split by space colon, and we just want to add it in our list. So ls dot append of converted into int, and so pass the number is just simply added into a list by as an integer. So next line we need to print it here. So just print the list of numbers. So parcelize. Let's see. Okay, just run the program here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. Here, this is also doing the same, but that thing is more efficient and more Pythonic way while we are using a list map and in a single line. Okay, let's we do some funny programming here. I just want to print the two tables until it's number 15. Let us do here like variable name table number and input, enter the table number. Here we are going to print the table number until the 15, what the table we want. Just converted into int if we're going to use. Just use for loop and just pass number and range from 1 to simply 1 to 15, 1 to 16. It's more. Okay, we are going to print it. Before that, what do we want to print? Like similar in tables. So number and like x, simply x, uh, x, and the table number, right? Table number and equals, and we need to multiply it. So number, just multiply the table number. Okay, let us see the output in a terminal. Okay, I initially want 3 table. So what I got is from 1 to 15, I just printed the 3 tables. Let us see. I just need 7 table. Yeah, it seems to be so cool, right? Just learning some new functions in Python or new techniques, implement that. While implementing, you will learn much more about the functions as you want in a Python. It's a cool thing, guys. You can also try it in your home and give the feedback in comment section. See you in upcoming tutorials. Before leaving that, I just want to say that in upcoming tutorials are about like upcoming tutorials are range and list, set, dictionaries, and tuples. These are the upcoming tutorials we are going to see because these are the essential thing we are going to use any of the programs in Python, because list, set, dict, and tuple are the default data structures to store the data in Python for right now. We can create also customized data structure, but that's all too advanced. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for upcoming tutorials. See you in the next video. Bye bye.